That's some pretty good coffee. Hello you guys, my name is Marko. Welcome to my channel. It's gonna be a pretty damn cool video today. Today I'm gonna show you guys, I will show you guys, but then also talk to you guys about the reasons why I got the Canon R6. Now I got the Canon R6 on deck, so let me just go get it so I can show you guys my beast. Okay, so this is the camera, Canon R6. It looks like this. The side, the front, the top, the other side, more the top, the bottom side, and the back with a flip out screen that you can swiggle it like this. You can also swiggle like this, but not like all the way. So there's that, and that's basically it. Okay, I also got the Nifty 50 lens, the 50mm lens. And also, by the way, the camera I'm using right now is a Canon EOS M6. If you guys are curious, I'm using this camera so I can be able to show you guys this camera. Now, here's the thing. One of the first reasons why I got this camera, the R6 over the R, even though the R is a little bit more cheaper, is because when you look at the specs, you notice that the R is really good for photography and also videography, but most suitable for a little bit for photography. And the R6 is basically really more suitable for filming, stuff like that, because of all the capabilities it's able to do. And I started thinking, what is one of the things I want to prioritize a little bit more? I have a YouTube channel, I want that to grow a little bit more. So there's that, and I was like thinking, then maybe the R6 is probably will be suitable for me. So there's that. And also like all the capabilities and the quality, it's super good, super crisp. When I noticed side by side the R and the R6, I noticed that the R6, the video quality looked a little bit better than the R. So there's that. And then also, if in the future I want to make a film or I want to make cinematic stuff, I'm able to do that with this and no problem. And with the R, I probably feel like I could be able to do it, but then there's gonna be a little thing or two that's gonna be like preventing me from actually feel comfortable on doing it. But that's just me. In addition to that, right, this camera, the low light capability on this camera, it's really crisp, really good. On the R, it's also good, but it is a little bit gray. Here's the thing, if you ever are deciding to get a camera and you want to get a really good camera, one of the best ways to know that is to know how good is it in low light. If you go on YouTube, search for videos of that camera, video test or something like that, cinematic test, and see like if see the ones that are shot at night in dark environment, if there's a lot of grain on it, meaning it's not really bad. But if there is a little bit of grain, but you can live with it as long as you have a camera that the low performance, it's really good. That's what I did with this camera, and also that's what I did with the camera I'm shooting right now, because that is very much important. Because obviously, if a camera looks good at night, looks good in dark environments, it's gonna look good in the daylight. Okay, we all know that. We should know that. That's how it is. Now this camera is capable of shooting 4K at 60 frames a second, 30 frames a second, I believe 24 frames a second, but I'm not sure about that one. But it is able to film full HD 1080p at 60 frames a second, 30 frames a second, and also 24 frames a second. But it can also film in 120 frames a second. But you will need to like go into the feature settings, kind of move something up in order to activate that feature, which I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is make sure that your camera's turned on, and make sure you have it on this menu screen right here. So there's that. And then what you want to do, because if it's anywhere on these, it's not gonna work. So make sure you have right here where the little camera is. Then you want to go onto your menu tab, which is like right here, menu button. Click on that, and then right here it pops up this screen. I don't know if you can see that. So there's that. In order to enable it, the first thing you gotta do is that if you click right here, you're gonna notice that there's no like option to do that. You know, you can see all these options, but there's no like, where's that option? You can't do that, because in order to do that, you need to enable this bottom part, but the bottom part is grayed out. So what you need to do is come right here where it says movie cropping, right here where it says has a camera picture number 1, and you gotta click on that, and you gotta put disable it, right, and click OK. And then once you get here on this one where it says movie rec quality, then it has the one that says disable has it on grade, and then you can click enable, and you click OK, and now you're gonna notice that on top of here it's already like that. Yeah, the R, it can film in 4K, but it will crop, meaning that when you're filming 4K, it will zoom in a little bit, which sometimes is a little beneficial, but then sometimes it's not. So there's that idea. Okay, the R5 can shoot in 4K at 120 frames per second, and also can film in 8K. But 8K is one of those things I don't really need right now, because like we're barely peeking into 4K, so there's that. And then also like 120 frames per second in 4K. I don't need that, because 120 frames per second, 1080p, full HD, I feel like that's fine, good enough, because I'm rarely gonna be doing stuff like that, and when I do them, I'm not gonna like do it like constantly. So it is something that I'm like, okay, I feel like this one is right happily in the middle when it comes to quality, and also the video quality. It's really beautiful and amazing. Here's the thing, when you look at this camera, you look at it like this, right? And then you also are looking at it like this, right? You see, this camera has a dial right here, and this dial, I love it. I think it's very good. Some people don't like it. They much prefer a screen, which if you want a screen, there's the R, and also there's the R5. But this one does have this tactile thing, which a lot of budget friendly, like the RP has it, and all the cameras out there. And to be honest, dude, I do like it. The reason why, because when you look at it like from this angle, it doesn't look like a big professional camera, and it doesn't look like, oh, it doesn't have a screen, it doesn't look that much. So when people look at it, they're like, oh, this one is not so expensive or like that big of a deal, you know. And I do like that, because less chance of people want to steal it, less chance of people looking at it and being like, hey, I want to you know, I want to grab it or something, you know what I mean? It just seems, and then when you go to places, it just seems like a little bit more low profile, especially when it's like really like compact. So there's that, and that is something I really do like, as opposed to the screen, which is fine, but that one looks more, you know, more like, hey, it has a screen on it. It's like, it looks more like, you know, profesh. Also, the other thing that I also I do like, it does have C-Log, which is great. I don't know if the R has it, but the R5 does have it. But then it also has another format of C-Log. But then also like this one, just the fact that they were able to put C-Log on here is beautiful. It's great. I've used it and stuff like that. It's kind of weird because I've tested it out and I did like it, right? But I couldn't view it. Like once I opened it up in my computer, I couldn't view it. But when I dragged it onto Premiere Pro, I was able to view it. I don't know why, which is fine because there's probably I was gonna edit either way, you know. So there's that idea. But I do like that they have that. Also, like the shutter button, when you press on it, it's not like, it doesn't sound like a weed whacker. You know, it doesn't sound like that. It's that actually a lot more quieter, which I do appreciate, because sometimes I'm in public trying to take photos and I don't want to hear like weed whacker sound, you know, in the back of my ear, or like, you know, making people and also it's like, and also like I do like the idea of more quieter, because if you were taking nature shots and stuff like that, the animal's not gonna be like hearing a weed whacker and be like, hey, I'm gonna lay because there's the photo. And it's like, no, it's a lot more quieter, and I do appreciate that. And then also like being able to have like a touchscreen on here, like this one is touchscreen, is really helpful, because a lot of times you want to get to a certain setting, and by just touching on the screen makes it a lot easier. Yes, you can still navigate towards the buttons that you have in here, which is great, but having it to be touchscreen, like another layer of being able to what's it called, being able to interact with the screen is always welcome, right? Yes, I like the idea that you can go throughout your thing with your stuff and everything like that, but then also touchscreen is actually another way you can do it, or you can do both. Like I like to use both. Sometimes I'm like I don't know what to do, but then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna click on it with my finger, and it's fine. It's great. I feel like it's good. there are a few downsides with this camera, and it has nothing to do with the camera itself, like the quality or the build or whatever. It has to do with other things about the camera. One of them has to be the price. The price tag on this is very much expensive, very dinero. Very dinero means that you need a lot of money, but then also, like, you know, it's like you're getting the body, you're not getting the lens with it. And if you want the lens, it's gonna cost you, like, you know, a pretty penny. So there's that part, and that's why to me I got this one, the 50mm lens, because it's very cheap, very inexpensive. So that's why I got this one. They did release one that is like the 16mm, which that comes a little bit more wide angle, and a mic copy that can cost $300. So, you know, there's that idea. But so there's that. And this one, the 50mm lens, which the one that I got, because this one is a 1.8mm lens, and it's a really good lens. You do get the whole bokeh and stuff like that. So there's that. I did have this, but the EF one, and the difference that I noticed is that the EF one is really more close-up, so there's that. And then this one's a little bit more wide angle, but not by much. So there's that idea. So so there's that. So it does cost a lot of money. The other downside are the lenses. The EF are cheaper, and then there's like the RF, which are a little more expensive because they're more newer lens, and they actually look newer, and they actually look pretty nice, and all of them have this like ring that you can go right here, that you can actually command it to do what the hell you want, which is pretty cool. I do like that, but they really are expensive, you know, so there's that consideration. So you buy the camera, costs like around 2006. I don't know, like I bought mine for 2,600, right? That's how much I bought it from, but I got it in a deal because I got on eBay for 2,600. But here's the thing, on Best Buy, Amazon, stuff like that, sometimes they will probably go on sale, especially for Black Friday, might go on sale. But the thing about it is that to me, I was gonna buy it there, but then the tags are like $200. So if you live in a place where tags are part of it, they don't really show in the screen, the tag is gonna be 200. So if you live in the United States, tags are 200 for this bad boy. So it's not gonna cost you 200 and 499. It's gonna cost you 200 and 700 or 200 and 800 or something like that. I mean 2,800, not 2,000 and, I don't know. By the way, this one is gonna cost you like around, without tax, it's gonna cost around 2,499. But with including tax, which is gonna be 200, it's probably gonna be like 2,700 or 2,800, somewhere around there. So it's that. So I got mine for 2,600. I got on eBay. I got a good deal on it. It's brand new, which is great. Make sure that if you're buying stuff on eBay that expensive, make sure you're 100% there, and make sure you have like the 100% buyer's guarantee, whatever. Just make sure you look into it, you know, especially when you're buying expensive things. So there's that. Here's the thing, with this camera, I have no regrets. Like, I bought it, and every time I look at it, I'm always excited to use it. I'm always happy to use it, and it's a really great camera. I'm no regrets, because it's not like the R. I feel like there's certain things that are missing about the R. The R5, there's a lot of features into it that I don't know if I'm ever going to be using. But the R6 is kind of like happily in the middle. I know there's the R3, but that's like way over my budget. So there's that. So now, the thing about it is that one thing I will say that is a little bit more of a downside is this lens. I love using this lens, whatever, but if you're gonna blog, if you're gonna make videos like these, this lens is not the best, because you need to be a farther distance, and that's a problem. You know, and other lenses that live more wide angle, which I said, there's the 16mm, which I might have to test that one out, because I really wanted to get the 16 by 35mm, or like the 20 by 70mm or something like that. But you know, there's that. You can use EF lenses, right, on this, but you will need an adapter. I only seen videos of people using it for photography, never seen it for videos, but I'm assuming it also works for videos because the lens, why not? But I haven't seen how the quality looks like on that, on the F1, which there's that, and I would love to see it. But nobody has made a video. Come on, please make a video. I'm thinking about buying an EF one because the RF, very expensive. But other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys like it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to see more of my